Jacques Jiha,
Olga Trinette for Budget Director Jiha.
Basil Segos,
Sullivan Southwell for Basil Sagos.
Vincent Sapienza,
Joe Murin for Vincent Sapienza.
Sharif Solomon,
Robin Lee for Sharif Solomon.
Max Von Hollen.
Here.
We have a quorum.
Thank you, Deborah. The first item on our agenda is a resolution approving the minutes of our last Finance Committee meeting, which took place on May 25th. Could I have a motion and a second to discuss the proposed resolution?
So moved.
Second.
Thank you. The minutes of the committee's last meeting have been circulated to everyone, and hopefully you had a chance to review them. Are there any comments or corrections? Hearing none, let me now call the roll for vote. Mr. Southwell?
Approved.
Mr. Murrin?
Approved.
Ms. Lee?
Approved.
And Mr. Van Holwick?
Approved.
I also approve the proposed resolution. The resolution approving the minutes is now approved. Our second item on the agenda is resolution. It is recommendation to the Board of Directors that they approve supplementary resolution number 166, authorizing the issuance of fiscal 2022 Series BB Water and Sewer System Second General Resolution Revenue Bonds. I'd like to ask for a motion and a second to entertain discussion of the proposed resolution.
So moved.
Second.
Thank you. Supplementary resolution number 166 authorizes the issuance of up to $650 million of refunded bonds, which will be designated as Series 2022 BB bonds. We expect to issue approximately $620 million of bonds that have built-in cushion for market fluctuation and changes to the refunded structure. The expected present value savings right now are approximately $280 million, or 38% of refunded bonds. Great savings. The not to exceed true interest cost, or TIC, is 3.5%. The current estimate for TIC is 2.7%. The plan is to offer these bonds on September 13 and 14 and close the transaction on September 23rd of 2021. Raymond James will be the running manager for this transaction, and they will be leading our whole syndicate to price these bonds. Are there any questions about the proposed resolution? Hearing no questions, I will now call the roll for vote. Mr. Southwell?
Approved.
Mr. Moran?
Approved.
Ms. Lee?
Approved.
Mr. Van Holwick?
Approved.
And I also vote in favor, and the resolution approving or recommending approval of resolution 166 is hereby approved. Moving on through the agenda, our third item for today is a recommendation again to the Board of Directors that they approve a resolution authorizing the amendment of the authority's fiscal 2017 Series 1 bond anticipation notes. Could I get a motion and a second to entertain discussion of this resolution?
So moved.
Second.
Thank you. So the fiscal 2017 Series 1 bond anticipation notes resolution was initially approved by the board in September of 2016. This resolution authorized issuance of approximately 130 million of bonds for a specific set of projects. The projects had a slower than anticipated start date, and then they were further delayed due to COVID. So as a result, we're coming back to you seeking approval to extend, to authorize us to issue these notes and extend the maturity date of the notes for another 5 years. Importantly, because the project was delayed, there were no draws on bond anticipation notes to date. The par amount and all other terms remain unchanged. We're just seeking an extension because of delay with the start and the progress of the projects. Are there any questions? Let me now call the roll for vote. Mr. Sussel?
Approved.
Mr. Moran?
Approved.
Ms. Lee?
Approved.
Mr. Van Hollen?
I approve.
And I also vote in favor of this proposed resolution. The final item to consider is, if there is no further business, I would like to entertain discussion of the group.
So moved.
Second.
Thank you. Let me now call the roll for vote for adjournment. Mr. Southwell?
In favor.
Mr. Moran?
In favor.
Ms. Lee?
In favor.
Mr. Van Holweg?
In favor?
I'm